Hey everyone, this is Luck powering on. How goes it,
We were
everyone?
we were we were we were being goofy with each other earlier. Don't mind us.
Just a little.
We do have our little our little I don't know, green room time, I guess you could call it beforehand. I've
Is
cause
that a
I've
Delta Rune reference?
no, it's
No,
like no, Delta
do you
Room is
not know what
referencing
green
like
room is?
yeah, green room is just like a
Mm,
thing with like bands and where there's like
Or
there's
like
a
no.
any
little yeah.
production.
Yeah.
I've never been to a concert. How would I
Well,
know?
if
It's not somewhere you go, it's like the
yeah, you
backstage
wouldn't
wait area
if
for
you
a performer.
if you're in the green room, you're probably about to get tackled by security in about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's the private space for the band. That's what I'm saying. That's us. We're the band. That's our
I
private space.
okay.
I've fully
My
considered
bad.
though just like without even saying anything, just unmuting us during that time.
That would have been funny.
Would have been
If
really
you
funny.
even
You could hear
started.
our nonsense.
Yeah. Hey, Mozzie.
Hey,
But
Mozzie.
Lily, if you even had started it when you first said, "Oh, I'm gonna start it," before I said wait, they would have heard something very funny.
Oh yeah, our talks are very funny, but also we do get much less restrained in those, which is why I'm like one day we need to do like
Which is
just
why I
full on
love.
like after dark, like just type just like only
Oh my, a Tonight Show.
patrons only. I don't need the rest of y'all having that kind of blackmail material for me.
Unless you pay for it.
Unless you pay for it. You have to pay for the privilege to have
I'm
blackmail
gonna
material on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to like commission you for like a bartender outfit for my PNG.
Oh my god, just our after hours. Let's go.
Yes. Oh, but yes, reeling things back
We watched
in.
X2.
Everyone. Yes. And
Lily's not gonna stop gushing this whole time, so
Yeah,
be
so this is
prepared.
my
she's
favorite.
holding it
This is
in.
my favorite superhero movie of all time.
I would like
I'm
to
here.
point out her PNG at the
I'm
moment.
here in Nightcrawler cosplay with all the night. I pick the background images for these. By the way, I make the stream layouts, which means that if I want Nightcrawler, if I want Alan Cumming Nightcrawler to be all over every single one of these screens, you guys have to deal with it. He's my favorite, very
Yay!
special little guy, and I'm glad you guys finally got to meet him. Aside from X-Men '97, which of course that's
Yeah,
absolute
yeah, yeah.
peak
He's great.
Nightcrawler.
Yes.
I've
But
like my mental list of like top 10 Nightcrawlers in order. My mental list of like best to worst. And there is no worst, granted. Even the worst Nightcrawler is still at least a 7 out of 10.
wasn't there that one? What was the one movie with the shitty Deadpool that wasn't really Deadpool?
Eh?
Didn't they have a teleporting guy in it? That was like kind of supposed to be Nightcrawler.
Was it a superhero movie?
It actively featured Wolverine.
Oh, you mean Origins? Oh, yeah. Mozzie said Origins. That suddenly, I try to repress that movie
Yeah,
whenever I
thank
can.
you. No, that's the valid instinct. Also, thank you, Mozzie.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, wasn't there a teleporting
there
guy that
was a
was like
teleporter.
supposed to be?
I think there
Yeah.
was a
Well,
teleporter. He
was
definitely was not supposed to be Nightcrawler because these are supposed to be the
oh,
same
okay, okay.
continuity.
Got
Maybe he was like Discount Azazel or something. I don't know.
maybe I don't know. It's been ages since I've seen it, and I also kind of suppress it.
Yeah. Oh, and yes, that is Azazel, the actual demon from the Bible. In case you're curious.
Wait, is
Yep.
that how you say it? I thought it was Azazel this whole
Azazel? I
time.
thought it was Azazel. Azazel.
I thought it was Azazel
I
too.
don't know. I'm not
Am I
Italian.
No,
bad?
wait. No, wait, hold on. You might be right. I've heard it as both.
I've heard it both ways. Quote the scholar.
I mean, we're not going to use an Ouija board and find out and ask him ourselves. How did you say your name?
Azazel /
No.
Azazel, Kurt's sometimes biological father who owes far too much child support. And I say sometimes because again, Kurt's origins have been retconned far too many times at this point. I believe the one that they've settled on most recently is the one that's made the most people happy. And that's the him being, that's the Mystique being his father, basically.
Oh wait, I just remembered. I don't think you're actually joking about that.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
super not.
Took me a moment.
I'm super nice. She's a shapeshifter. So
And
yeah.
shapeshifters do what shapeshifters do.
Yeah, and so current continuity, Nightcrawler has two moms, and we love that for him. I purchased the wedding special of his two moms, and they're great.
Who is his other mom? What?
Oh my god, I forgot her name. I literally own the wedding. I just bragged about owning the wedding special. Why do I forget? Why am I forgetting their name?
I did not know this. So this
Was
is
it
new
an
information.
X-Men
Destiny.
character?
Her name's Irene Adler, aka Destiny.
Oh, okay.
Once I saw her, I remembered. Okay, I had to look it up. But once I saw her, I remembered. Yeah, Irene Adler,
So,
aka
before,
Destiny. They had a big wedding special. It was great. But yeah.
before we get sidetracked with that a little too much, don't worry, we could bring him up once again once we
Yeah.
get to his scene. Our boy was in the White House.
Yeah, it's a scene immediately. Also, Mozzie did bring up she didn't recognize him as Alan Cumming. Alan Cumming.
Yeah, that's Alan Cumming.
Yeah, it's Alan Cumming. He
Really?
started as Kurt. He fucking hated it for different reasons. Apparently, he came back for Doomsday or something. There was some interview with him that says that apparently he came back to be in Doomsday. I'm not sure if it was as Kurt, but he did come back. One thing that hangs heavy over this production in particular is that Bryan Singer, the director, who at this point has so many fucking allegations against him. I barely even think it's worth getting into that heavily, aside from he is currently pretty much no longer working in Hollywood anymore, and that is absolutely for everyone's benefit. But yeah, substance abuse at the time was a big issue, and a lot of sexual misconduct allegations against him. And working with him was a fucking nightmare. From what I understand, Alan Cumming and Halle Berry especially hated working with him.
All the movies were made in spite of him, not because of him.
Pretty much. The fact that this movie ends up being not only as good as it is, but kind of being amazing is a fucking miracle. And everyone who worked on the movie recognized that miracle because they all thought it was going to be shit.
They're just like, we somehow made it good. How?
Oh yeah.
But why does that fit the found family misfit trope so hard?
Kind of does. It kind of, again, if they didn't have Bryan Singer there, it kind of would.
Yeah.
Listen, the X-Men are one of two things: a found family or a messy polycule.
That is, in fact, the two things they are. That is correct. So movie starts off with...
I was gonna say, personally, really liked the movie, though.
Oh, it's so good. Like, I think you guys ended up edging Spider-Man ahead of this one as far as the ranking goes.
Yeah.
In my heart, this one is number one. And can only be dethroned by maybe a select few very special movies.
I still think it'll remain pretty high up there, though.
I think it'll probably remain within number 2 for like a long while. It'll make, if it doesn't make it into the top 10 by the time we're completely done, I'll be very upset. I will petition to make sure this stays in the top 10.
She's gonna rig it.
I will bargain I will beg to keep this in the top 10.
I mean, I'm trying to think of how many bangers are going to be making top 10. And
I mean, to be fair, I'm in MCU biased, so I got a couple of my favorites up there too.
Is shit, and I'll prove it.
Not. No,
why am I the mom getting force again?
That's your job.
Whenever we have a spectrum, I'm always in the center.
That's your job.
I do not mind being TV trash.
Oh, speaking of that,
you brought up something that wasn't even TV.
Speaking of that, go discuss. I gotta go mind a stew. I'll be right back. Continue to discuss without me. No, stew. I'm making a stew. I'm making a lovely stew.
Oh, okay.
Gotta go put something in the stew.
She's gotta go add an ingredient.
Well, not wanting to get too much into the movie whilst Lily is MIA, allow me to actually bring up something different. So, we were talking about X-Men Origins a little bit ago, which I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing it, but I just want to bring it up now because, again, stalling for time a little. Genuinely had thought this one teleporting dude in it was supposed to be Nightcrawler, and the only reason why this made sense in my mind is because of how bad Deadpool was in that. I was thinking like, oh, okay, are they just more invoking the vague imagery of these characters and trying to say it's that? But then also like, nah, that's probably someone else. Just because it's supposed to be shared continuity between the X-Men movies, so like kind of can't have the same dude twice, which like
Well,
entirely fair.
I think also Lily brought up the fact that the teleportation power is inherently pretty rare, I guess, in mutants. So not a lot of people actually even have that ability. So Kurt having it and then someone else having it is kind of important to point out because
I'm
it's
gonna be
not
entirely
common.
honest. I don't know X-Men enough to be able to say like, oh yeah, they have like this power. I'm gonna be honest. It kind of just seems like the creators for X-Men just like, I want a character to have this. I don't care how it works. Within real world physics, fuck it, they're a mutant.
I mean, I also got curious because we were talking about like Omega level mutant powers as well. And
Oh, and we
the
talked about
list is,
Scorpion and Omega.
huh?
Nothing. Go on. That's more for me. Continue.
Oh, okay. And I was looking at the list of what people consider to be like what is considered a mega level threat. A lot of telepaths, and I was like, man, I kind of want to see more than just telepaths at that level. Like, yeah, there's a few that like have ice powers and fire and stuff, but like not that many as I thought there would be.
Yes, and whilst we were going upon that tangent, I decided to look up some box office stats. And I'm gonna be honest, 2003 was like kinda stacked with movies. Like you got Finding Nemo, Return of the King, Pirates of the Caribbean, Crest of the Black Pearl. Uh Literally
Pirates.
it's Oh yeah, I'm talking about box office stats, saying how Return of the
Mhm.
King, Finding Nemo, Curse of the Black Pearl, they took the top 30 slots in terms of domestic gross. Uh, I don't know how this one beat it. By the way, Matrix Reloaded is 4. The fifth movie on that list, Bruce Almighty.
That's
Oh, that
that was you know what, that was around the time that Christian
Parody
movies
movies.
were.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not really a parody. Have you seen it? It's like
Isn't
barely
it? That's
parody.
that's the one. Isn't that like the Ben Stiller one?
No, that's one that's Jim Carrey.
Oh, okay.
So one, with Jim Carrey, Morgan Freeman, already that was gonna, even from a secular audience, do well. And two, yeah, that was just around the time where it's like that was around when like doing a Christian movie like wasn't box office poison. I think.
Shout outs to
Where
God's
yeah,
Not Dead.
yeah, when it
Total
wasn't.
box office
I
success.
mean, maybe not even box office poison, but just back when it like wasn't done in the cheapest, shittiest way possible consistently.
They weren't operating off the assumption of a paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Um,
be honest. All I remember, by the way, when I said Ben Stiller, I meant Steve Carell, so I was wrong
that's
on
Evan
many different levels
Almighty.
there.
That's the second one, and I don't think that one did
Yeah,
terribly well. That
I
was
wouldn't
the
doubt
cash
it.
grab where they made him Moses for some reason. But Bruce Almighty is where he gets the powers of God, of Morgan Freeman and God for a little bit.
Wait, what was the movie of the someone becoming Noah?
No, wait, no, not Moses. Shit, yeah, no, you're right. Evan Almighty was
no, it's
was Noah.
Noah.
Was Noah? You're right.
Okay, I was
I
gonna say, what, did
I
someone
was like, was there a
free the
third one?
slaves?
Can you fucking imagine? Can you fucking imagine? No, no, there were two. I mistook my biblical figures for a second.
Yeah. Oh, but X2 did beat out some box office juggernauts. For example, it beat Elf.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Terminator 3, Matrix Revolutions, and Cheaper by the Dozens. That was the top 10.
It's like
Mostly
my
I had
elf one.
Yeah, mostly I
You do
was
got
bringing
those
up the
pointy
list to
ears.
say like, yeah, it was decently well received. Going back to what you had said of like it worked in spite of vaccine issues.
And quickly for your information, this is more of my Logan X Kurt propaganda, by the way. But Logan's main nickname for Kurt is calling him Elf.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
Of course it
he
is.
calls him Elf.
Oh,
It's more of my Logert propaganda, but it is also just true.
yeah. But it was rather well received. It basically made actually here. First, its budget was 125 million. Wiki says it got 214 million domestic gross.
Yeah, so
It's pretty good to
pretty easily made it
double.
back.
And
Yeah, it basically doubled the budget. So like, yeah, pretty good. So I think okay.
This movie did well commercially. Critically, I think people continue to like it. Even those who like are diehard X-Men fans who maybe have certain issues with how some of the lore is handled here and there, some of the aesthetics, i.e. me, have a hard time denying that this isn't just a really fucking good movie, that it's kind of insane that it was as good and as well put together as it ended up being. Like thematically, it is probably the most interesting movie we've seen so far, having a lot of really interesting metaphors and layers to it that people forget at this time were pretty new to the comics. The whole like X-Men as queer metaphor is like basically this film series is more or less credited with creating that. And like, yeah, just as like the whole themes of like past versus future, of just Logan either, you know, continuing to chase the past or longing for something new, something better, of this found family, you could say. It all comes together really well, and it all comes together so beautifully that you would hope, and we'll get there when we get there, of course, you would hope that, because it feels like it's setting up a very strong conclusion, and then you
it
watch
does.
the conclusion, you realize it's really not. So you kind of have to take this movie at face value and like a little bit ignore some of the conclusion, because a lot of this movie is like also at the same time trying to set up the Dark Phoenix saga, and that just does not pan out very well.
I'm gonna be honest, I've not seen The Dark Phoenix, or I think that was the movie's name. Never seen
I
it.
haven't either.
I think it's called Last Stand. X-ray
That makes
Last Stand.
sense.
There is a later X-Men movie called Dark Phoenix. The one starring Sansa. That's like in the First Class continuity.
Is that me being summoned? One moment.
Yeah. There's that one, but that's like, that one's also not good. That one's also not good. But that one has Kurt in it, and he's kind of the highlight of that one.
So after this movie, you're telling me they fumbled the entire way after?
Oh, there are some good X-Men movies after this. First
Okay.
Class is good. Days of Future Past is maybe the best X-Men movie, save for Logan. Logan is also very, very good. And of course, you can't forget that the Deadpool movies are also spin-offs of these, essentially.
Okay, I'm glad to
So-
hear it's not completely fumbled.
There are a handful that I would consider quite good, and also, in all fairness, the Dark Phoenix saga is at times so bad it's kind of fucking hilarious.
Oh,
So that one was at least, I remember watching that in theaters. I thought that one was entertaining, at least. Where I think Last Stand is like just a pile of shit, and you'll see when we get there, and I'll get really mad. That's a bad movie I'll have no problem talking about. I think with these reviews, oftentimes we end up like talking way more about the good movies than the bad, but like that one,
I was so
I'll
sad
go off.
that I missed out on bashing Daredevil because of my
yeah.
power going out.
Oh, that was rough, but in all fairness, we're gonna take turns. So I think Luck is gonna be gone for Hulk, so you're gonna be there. You're gonna be there next week, yeah.
Okay. I actually have seen Hulk. Not that great.
Which one?
Is this not the MCU Hulk?
This is the one before that.
Oh, then I don't think it. What? No, wait. I maybe actually have seen that one. Maybe. I have to look it up to actually know.
I've seen both, and I found both of them very unmemorable.
Yeah, I mean,
But we'll
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a side thing. We'll get there when we get there.
I feel like we're taking so long to actually get through the movie plot because we keep on taking turns having to leave. Maybe we should just rip the band-aid off and talk a little bit about it.
You are the most expert here. We just didn't want to start without you.
That's fair. Okay, so the movie starts off with a little bit of light mind control. Kurt is trying to assassinate the president, and well, it's one of those situations where it's like it's definitely playing off of the idea that maybe you don't know who this scary looking blue man is, right? Because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, if you're familiar with the comics, you know immediately that something was like that either something was off or that they mishandled this character even worse than you would have expected. But if you're even a little familiar, you'd know, oh, sweet baby boy would never do this. Must be something wrong. And yeah, there is something wrong. There's a lot of things wrong, actually. And this is where, Quicksby, I remember you mentioned off stream that you found the movie a little hard to follow first go around. Second go around, you found it a little easy.
Yeah, because like, there's a lot that goes on in this movie. I mean, the acting scenes are good, but it's very overstimulating, and there's a whole bunch of information coming at you. So watching a second time, because I already knew the key plot points, I was able to focus more on like just the characters more and paying attention to like what they actually say in the dialogue rather than like, oh, action scene and very stimulating, you know?
The characters are for sure the highlight, and there's a lot going on with the conspiracy for sure. Most of the conspiracy hinges around one General William Stryker, who again, I'm not completely familiar with some of X-Men's earlier comics, but I have been told that he was originally a like evangelist, like preacher, which is very funny, and you can almost feel some of that in the way that the actor does his performance here. So
He definitely was the type of villain that believed that whatever he did was right and everyone else was wrong.
Yes.
Like he believed so wholeheartedly that what he was doing was the moral right thing to do.
And he does so many war crimes in the process. Just so many. Geneva Convention, who? What? Due process? Never heard of her. No, he does so much fucked shit. And keeping track of all of his horrible crimes is decently difficult at your first go around, especially after some point you just stop processing it. One of the first things he does that you find out about is he has this like mind control serum, or at least the serum that seems to make people very suggestible. I don't know, they don't show exactly how it works, which is for the best.
Yeah, for the best, but also like it's basically implied that the serum just allows him to, as you said, like persuasive, like to get the mutant specifically to do his bidding and whatever task he wants done. Like kind of like how the same logic of like training a dog to do basic commands.
You see later on that
he's very like inferior mentality.
You see like really later on in the movie where in order to circumvent or in order to do some fuck shit of their own, Mystique at some point shifts into him to whisper into the ear of this telepath that's under his control, and that seems to be enough to get him to completely shift gears of what he was doing. So that seems to be an implication that just makes him really suggestible. Not sure if it's particularly tied to him. That implies maybe, I don't know. Again, like any good comic book adaptation, it's at best when it's not trying. If it tried to make a scientific explanation, it would necessarily be nonsense.
It wouldn't make sense. Yeah. It'd be throwing around big words and no one knows what they mean, and then it's like it doesn't make sense.
He's like big military guy, made this mind control serum. He also seems to be the one responsible for the Weapon X program. That might be the first time you're hearing that, huh?
Yeah.
The Weapon X program. That's the program that made Wolverine, basically, and that makes all the other Wolverine likes that you'll see going forward, more or less.
With Adamantite.
Yeah. Weapon. I believe Wolverine himself is Weapon X, more or less. But yeah, with the adamantium, they coat Wolverine's bones in adamantium. Something that he explicitly only survives because he has that special healing factor.
You know, my brain immediately thinks like, wouldn't that block his red blood cell count like ability?
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'm just saying,
don't
your
worry
bones are
about it.
completely sealed.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. It works. It just works. Like I said, these are comic books. Like, you can't think.
I know.
Once you think that hard about
know.
it, it's like yes, it falls
Ruins
apart.
the magic.
Obviously. I'm just like looking through my notes, and oh yeah, one of the first funny things, right? So we get the whole Kurt assassination to the tune of Requiem in D minor, and then we get Wolverine checking out the facility at Alkali Lake, and he follows like a wolf, which is implied to not really be there, which is hilarious. Of course, why does everyone think that Wolverine is a wolf? Why does everyone on the planet
It's
think that a
because the
Wolverine
name.
is a wolf? It's already an animal. It's another animal that exists. It's very funny.
I mean, don't they make this joke a lot, like in the comics as well, like calling him a wolf?
Sometimes they do in the comics, and when they do, I always roll my fucking eyes because he's a Wolverine. Wolverines are like weird little like badger animals almost. They're hairy, they're tough as nails, and that's Wolverine. They're also tiny. They're tiny, they're hairy, they're tough as nails. That's always
so much attitude.
Always been Wolverine, and that's why they call him Wolverine. Yeah, he has a lot of attitude, but making him a wolf is always like rolls eyes, whatever. I guess you think that's cooler. I guess you think regular public doesn't know what a Wolverine is. Fair, but I'm still annoyed.
I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of cringe making him a wolf, though. Like,
I mean, they do in this movie.
He doesn't have.
Wait, where are we at in the movie?
Wolf.
We're complaining about Wolverine being called a wolf.
Wolverine. He's the lone wolf. He has the powers of a feral wolf, right? That's who he is.
I'm going to kill someone. No, as I was explaining to Quickspeed, he's a Wolverine. Wolverines are actual separate creatures that are like badgers. Basically, they're like small.
Yeah.
They're tough as nails. They're hairy. Which was always the point with them. So making him a wolf because it's cooler or whatever is lame as fuck.
But he's like a lone wolf, and he's got like claws, like the wolf has. Wolves have claws, right? My dog does.
It's so puny, and it looks.
Wolves don't even have retractable claws. Last I checked.
No, they don't. Yeah. Not in the slightest. Yeah, they have nails at best, not claws.
Yeah. Honestly, it makes even more sense too. Like his clone daughter too is like it just. Yeah, it's the wolf thing. I'll fucking kick someone's ass over it.
Speaking of which, I need to kick anyone's ass who uses alpha unironically, since the man who did the study was like, guys, wait, no, I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong, please, it was a family.
Now, during the viewing of the movie, we did start discussing whether Wolverine would be an alpha or not, but that was an entirely separate kind of discussion.
Listen, that is completely different than the
entirely
modern
different
usage.
Entirely different kind of.
Everyone get ready for those AO3 tags.
Oh yeah.
I think we decided he would be an alpha.
Oh yeah, he's an alpha.
But he would also sometimes receive.
Yeah. Also, let's come on. Alpha X Alpha rights. Let's go. It's about time, people.
I don't think we discussed who the other alpha would be, did we?
Scott.
I thought he was an Omega.
Fair. Yeah. Okay.
Because you made Jean, I think, an alpha, right?
No, Jean's a beta.
Oh yeah.
Jean's a beta, almost certainly.
I forgot. Was Beta the regular human?
The normie. Either Jean's a beta or Jean and Scott are in an Omega relationship, which we also respect here. Wait, wasn't the alpha couple that we decided on? Wasn't that Rogue and Gambit?
Rogue.
That was Rogue and
Gambit.
That was the alpha couple we
I know we talked about it. It just didn't involve Wolverine.
Yeah.
Even though he's involved in that as a throuple.
He's involved with all of them. Like Wolverine's the communal top. We've discussed this before. Like
on, on the viewing.
yeah, we've discussed this many times. He's a communal top. We all know this.
It's also like I said at the very beginning of this, the X-Men are either a found family or messy polyamory.
Which is why they land squarely on soap opera most of the time.
Just works.
Oh,
but yeah, he's in like
barely just
Alaska.
barely just cracking out the plot. Yeah, he's in Alaska. He's looking around for stuff.
You're looking at some lab. He gets some PTSD flash, I think.
Heads back over to the X-Men because, he loves his kids. He just loves his damn kids. And
He won't admit it though.
he will not admit it, but he does. There were so many times where we like point to the screen and we're just like Wolverine, best
Wolverine
dad.
loves his kids.
Wolverine, he's the dad that stepped up. He's just there constantly, just either like carrying a child out of danger, ferrying the children from danger, protecting them by stabbing a military guy. Just like he is being the
sacrificing
Papa Bear.
what he wants for the kids as well.
He is the Papa Bear.
He does not care. He will, if it's give him an ounce of self-defense, he will use it to use the most nuclear offense possible.
He's like, yeah, all these kids are fucking annoying, but if you even look at Anne Marie wrong, I'm going to kill you.
It's a very interesting balance, but it works.
It does. Speaking of the kids, the school is over at a museum when we get the first of the Phoenix crumbs that we discussed. Jean having these power fluctuations. She seems to be much more powerful than she was last movie, and in ways that unsettle her. Scott mentions that like she'll wake up from nightmares and the whole room will be shaking. Some very impressive telepath shit she does during the course of this movie, which is generally not a good, like Jean's one of those where it's like she actually starts off the comics being weaker than Charles typically, or at the very least being a bit more geared towards telekinesis than like telepathy,
warping. Yeah,
more like moving stuff around than it is like controlling or reading people's minds. But then the idea is that as she goes on, especially as the Phoenix shit kicks in, she like gets a super upgrade in power, and this is what has her being labeled as an Omega level mutant eventually. Because she was not initially, but then you go on and it's like, oh shit, she's like actually the most powerful telepath of all time, maybe.
I just realized I was looking at the wrong notes. I was looking at X-Men 1.
Huh.
I'm kidding. I kind of just thought that'd be a funny bit.
I personally am still waiting to kind of see that from Jean, like seeing how she is the most powerful.
Go watch one of the cartoons because this sure as shit ain't gonna give it to you, or at least it's not
Yeah,
gonna
were
give
you
it to you
there
in any
for
satisfying way.
Yeah, were you there for the X-Men 97 watch we did?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
sure. It's the animated with 3D models and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't you remember how powerful she was there?
No, she was powerful there. I'm just saying in the movies that I'm seeing,
not
I'm
giving
like,
quite Dark Phoenix level. None of the movies do it right. None of them do it right. And honestly, even on that, I don't think there's a cartoon that adapts the Dark Phoenix saga at all. Does the original animated one adapt it? Because I never finished that one. That one might actually do it, but like Evolution does not. 97, it's already past that at that point. Yeah, your options for it are like really limited. Aside from just like read the comics. Like pretty much everyone says that no one's adapted it right, more or less.
Well, and you hated me for saying this, but when I said, man, if you don't read the comics, the movies are basically the best what you're gonna get of X-Men.
Yeah, if you don't read if you don't consume any of the X-Men media, the movies are great.
I mean, I don't know. I do recommend you to go sit down and finish the animated series. I'm going to sit down and finish
No,
it
the
one of these
animated
days.
series was really good.
It's good.
Phenomenal.
Evolution is, oh my god, so fucking unreasonably good, especially for what it is. Like it's so peak. But it's also not comic accurate. So what are you gonna do? Like it's like explicitly like in a high school AU, more or less. But it's very
Yeah,
good.
I do. I do remember you showing me that, and well, I do also remember watching some of him when I was younger. Uh, they're all messy in terms of relationships. Perfect for the X-Men.
It's very good. It's so good, and Kurt in that is just at his absolute sweetest. I always have to bring it back to him. I always have to bring it back to him. How much I like an X-Men cartoon depends entirely on how much I like that version's Kurt. Entirely. And then close second is, do they assassinate Scott's character or not? And if they don't, then also extra points.
Yeah, I feel like anything that just does Nightwing, or not Nightwing, no, fuck, Nightcrawler
Nothing does Nightwing.
well, hush. Any property that does Nightcrawler well probably at least has some good plan, or at least
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what it seems like.
Because
Yeah.
I think he's like one of the weirder characters in a lot of ways. Well, not weirder, but like he is a character that's hard to adapt. That you have to like accept a certain level of silliness and goofiness and whimsy to get behind him as a character. But he's also one that is like so close to the themes and the core like ethos of X-Men as a series that it's like if you can get him right, then like you got it. You got it. You understand the sauce.
Yeah, and I don't want to call him a side character, but like he's definitely not one of like the main. Or no, that's too harsh to say as well.
He's not
But, like, you know what I mean?
he's not one of the headliners, but
Yeah.
I will reason and say that as far as the ones that tend to not get featured in the movies all that much, he's probably like how do I say after you know Logan and like maybe and like the headliners, right? So like Storm, Jean, Scott, he's probably the most popular.
Yeah, that tracks. But yeah, it's very specific niche of understanding, and I think a lot of it has come across authentic.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I'll say 100%. I think that there's not only a lot of understanding of the core of the comics and the main stories they're trying to get across, but there's also like a lot of innovation here happening. You know, a lot of like putting forth new versions of these ideas in ways that would go on to honestly very positively affect how the X-Men comics were, as well as like how comic book movies would be going forward, right? Like I remember I said that like Spider-Man and X-Men, those three are like how you get the oh sorry, bot
Murder. I got it.
kill
I
it.
got it. I got it.
Yay. Like that's how you get the current MCU
Hmm.
through those two series, through combining mixing and matching certain elements of them. And I think X2 is especially a point of reference.
I'd like to think Guardians of the Galaxy probably used X-Men as a reference point.
Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah, like there's a lot of parallels.
Maybe not so much, because Guardians of the Galaxy is so heavily a comedy and so much of it is its style. It like a lot of that is definitely unique to it, but like there are aesthetic elements and like aesthetic parallels that could be drawn for sure. Not super obvious ones, but they're there. But again, a lot of that is also, you know, since it's very much a James Gunn movie, it's filtered through that lens. Right? So also I
Yeah.
think
Well,
my next note after this is that I remember we were getting so caught up in just watching the movie. I think a lot of us forgot to take notes on like specific plot points.
yeah, I think I took a decent little section of notes here. Because what did we last talk about? Wolverine, right?
Wolverine, some
Where was
Phoenix
this? The
crumbs.
school. Yeah.
School going for
All right.
answers.
Yeah.
Rebecca
Mystique finds
Romaine
out
continues
where
to be
Mac.
a really good Mystique.
Yeah. Yes, she actually found out where Magneto was because apparently the cops took him in the last movie, which I actually didn't. Oh wait, yeah, I remember that now.
Mm-hmm.
You
He
got
got
put in the
defeated.
glass, the
Yes,
glass cage.
Plastic, actually, but yes.
Mhm. And so she found out, like, oh damn, that's where they got him. Well, guess I gotta infiltrate. I'll make a good convoluted plan. And this also includes her sleuthing around, finding that, oh hey, why is the government trying to find Cerebro? That's definitely kind of weird. Oh, oh well, let's focus on the Magneto rescue. Oh,
She's a
and
schemer,
also,
and she's also.
she is, and I love her for
She's
it.
very clever.
I do like how much of a performance she's able to get across by really not saying anything. She has maybe 5 lines in this whole movie, and
Mhm.
most of them are like while in disguise. So it's not really
There's one that
her.
she's not though.
Yeah, I kind of forgot how little untransformed Mystique we got.
The makeup, there were a few scenes even where she's just like a regular Rebecca Romaine.
Mm.
One scene in particular where
But
she
she
enacts a plan by roofing the guard and sticking a bunch of metal into his blood.
but she had one profound line in the movie that I
When she
thought
has a
was
line, it really counts.
yeah. I mean,
What was the line?
she was talking to Nightcrawler and he was asking her about her powers and he's like, well, if you have this power, why are you not always like in disguise so that you could, live like them? And she's like, we shouldn't have to. Like, she's saying it because she's proud of who she is and she wants to be who she is without having to disguise all the time her voice, her look, just to fit in.
It is absolutely peak.
Oh, it absolutely is. I just wanted to tee up Quixby for it.
There's a lot with her performance that's like she's so charismatic and she has a lot of interesting things about her, honestly, and it's just surprising that like, oh, you're able to get all way like across all that basically with just like with just her very physical performance and then some pretty decent writing, not even dialogue, just like actions. Like one scene in particular with her is that just stuck out to me was like when she's escaping from those military guys, she does like a body slide away and then she flips them off as the sliding doors close. That was like so good.
Such personality.
Girl boss.
Amazing.
Girl
Yes,
boss right
she
there.
is great.
Absolute legend.
Yeah, but during this time, Scott and Xavier go over to visit Magneto about, hey, what's going on, man?
Doesn't end
And
well.
then, yeah, not particularly. Jean and Storm are also out, going to Nightcrawler since, he kind of did a terrorism.
Mm.
Just a little bit of one. It's fine. He's baby girl. He's forgiven.
Oh yeah. They meet him and he's like the saddest, most traumatized Catholic man you've ever laid your eyes on. We're
Yeah.
like squarely in very like sad, sweet, sensitive Kurt territory, which I don't mind. I like when he's an energetic, spunky little guy, but sad, sweet Kurt also can also live in my heart.
It scratches a different itch.
Scratches different for sure. He also
Yeah,
rizzes
good
up
itch.
Storm in the process, which is great.
His costume's pretty decent in this movie.
Oh yeah.
His costume.
Oh yeah, Storm has a better wig for one, but also Kurt's
Yeah.
costume is very good. The so one thing about comic Kurt, right, is that he's fuzzy. He has like a little layer of like velvet fur almost on him,
Yeah.
and that's been a struggle for the movie guys because they've never been sure how to translate that properly. They don't want to just give him blue skin, they want to have some kind of interest though. That's where they introduce these markings, which in the movie somewhat controversially is explained as being scarification that he does on himself as part of like a religious act, penance. Yeah. And considering it was definitely just chosen for the aesthetic, and considering that I think most people, for good reason, are not that thrilled about religious scarification, yeah, it's some people, I'm mixed on it. I actually don't mind the aesthetic as far as like there's this being just the way we view movie Kurt, in the same way that I quite like Mystique's whole scale thing. Um,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, I think the fact that they explained it as that will kind of forever weigh heavy, especially since they gave him the same markings when you have young teenage Kurt in like the First Class continuity, and it's like, did he start doing those on himself when he was 10? What is this?
That's yeah, that
Uh,
looks bad.
let's ignore the implication.
I think eventually they're gonna have to change it around, but I can't
Bro,
imagine them doing the velvet and still having it look good. So we're just gonna have they might just eventually have to come up with a new explanation for them.
I mean,
That's
it
how I
kind of
think
gave.
it is.
I mean, to me, it kind of gave like because of like the frost giants. It kind of gave that a little bit to me
That would be
with the
cool, especially if
markings.
you want to lean into some of his hellish origins. If you're not gonna have the Nightcrawler has two moms storyline.
Yeah, I'm just saying the markings seemed similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit though, if they ever do consider making it more furry, my genuine fear is that they're just going to say, "Fuck it, CGI."
Fuck it, CG. He's a CGI creature now. That'd be the worst possible. He needs to be charismatic and warm. He needs to have like, I don't know, like they've managed to get around it in some ways, and like, you know, kind of fudge certain things, like his his weird legs, the weird legs,
Digigrade,
digigrade legs. Like I can't pronounce that word for some fucking reason. Um,
didgeridoo.
didgeridoo legs. Kind of getting around that, you know, using rubber gloves for his fingers. You know, it is funny though, because I'll see some fan artists go honestly even further with some of his more inhuman features and aspects, and they love drawing that shit. But obviously the movies have to work within certain limitations if they're not going to just make him a CG creature, which I think no one wants.
No,
Yeah.
but I guarantee you the AI
New
bros are
plan.
going to somehow convince them to do it anyways.
Well,
Listen,
yeah, bros
listen.
can fuck off.
Oh, absolutely, I hate them. What we actually can do instead is arguably the stupidest option we have access to.
Yes.
Let's make him a Muppet.
Make him. Let's not make. Let's definitely not make him a Muppet. Let's definitely. He needs to have Riz. He needs to have Riz.
But now I want to see a whole Muppet puppet show
He
of
needs to have
everyone.
Riz. He needs to be friendly enough that he needs to be friendly and warm and pleasant enough that he
Coming! I'll
could
be
guest
back.
star on the Muppets, not to be a Muppet. Um, let's just continue through here. They find poor Kurt in a church, and in the meantime, there's like a big conspiracy going on in the background involving William Stryker. Yeah. So earlier he had done a bit of hypnotism on Magneto, gotten some information that was pretty dangerous. Honestly, it was a whole scene that like you feel pretty damn bad for Magneto. That whole scene. I feel like
Yeah, because he doesn't
yeah.
want to do it.
Stryker's so evil in this that there were so many times where I was just like, damn, Magneto is right though. Damn. He do be correct sometimes.
I mean, he's able to predict human nature, which is why he just positions himself the way he does around what he predicts human nature to do and be.
He thinks the worst of humans, and the thing he's typically right.
And yeah.
Typically correct. But he's like, oh, Stryker's so incredibly, laughably evil in this. It's kind of insane. Whole plot.
But that doesn't mean killing every single human on the planet is the solution, though.
No, obviously not. But again, there are some people that argue that it's a bit of a cop out in a way to like you'll see this we'll have a more serious discussion of this when we get around to like Black Panther or those movies where where you'll have two characters, right? One, the protagonist generally has a more will have a more like establishment, more like liberal views, I suppose, where with them it'll be more about like working within the system to make change or this or that. And you'll have a more radical antagonist that ostensibly you, the audience, might agree with, but then the film will turn back around and find a way to like remind you that they're the bad guy, usually by
Kick the
having them
puppy.
usually by having them do a big thing like, like Killmonger is beating women, or Magneto being like kill all humans, actually, where it's like I think it's a bit of a cop out sometimes, where it's like, yeah, if you can't like reasonably engage with their politics or their stances, so you instead have to just give them the most extreme possible actions. It's like, yeah, it's
Uh-oh,
like a
you
little
made them
lazy.
have too many legitimate points, so now we're just gonna straw man them instead.
And I think that's basically whenever Magneto has one of his "I need to kill all humans right now" moments, where it's like you see him and you're like, oh, he's having so many good points actually about how, yeah, kind of shit humans are, and about how, yeah, maybe we shouldn't be trusted. And then he does, well, let's kill all humans, where it's like, I don't, okay.
Yeah. Lazy writing. Smack the writers.
Yeah. So it's a bit of
It
a.
is what it
It's
is.
kind of just Magneto's character at this point. I can't even begrudge him, right? Like that's how he was written. That like some works like 97 managed to ride the line a little more gracefully in having him, yes, be that, but also still, like, if anything, 97 even more so elevates him and then purposefully points towards him and is like, yes, he is actually just correct in so many ways, and no, he does not deserve like he doesn't deserve, like, he still deserves happiness and a happy ending, even though he's, being Magneto.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've had multiple times where it's just like I hear Magneto speak, I'm like, yes, I'll join your side.
When Pyro joined him in the end, I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Honestly, me, for real, for real.
Mm. Magneto won him fair and square in the custody battle that is Charles and his very prolonged divorce. Yeah.
Funny, but not wrong way to describe it.
Well, they've been having the world's most messiest, most all I love all those memes where
They're
it's like
messy.
gay couple divorces, 495 dead, 1,000 injured, and it's like, yeah, that's them.
That's just them.
That's actually just who they are. Where were we were with the we were at the section of the whole plot.
Wolverine is having a father moment. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
the whole scheme against the X-Men where they lure Charles and Scott over.
Yeah, Wolverine comes down. He's like, "Hey, Bobby, being gay is kind of cool." I don't remember what the dialogue was. I didn't take a note of it.
Bobby does have an uncomfortable coming out moment, but it is not him realizing
That's later.
It's not Jean Grey telling him that he's gay. Sadly.
Jean Grey willed it, like, I'm signing you gay. It's gonna be better for the plot. Like,
No,
what the fuck?
How that happens in the comics is honestly pretty controversial. I genuinely think it's funny. I legit think it's actually fucking hilarious. But I do understand why some people aren't thrilled about it in some ways.
Yeah, wasn't it something like I think what the excuse was Jean Grey read his mind, realized he's secretly gay but lying to himself, and just said like, "Let me fix that for you."
Yeah, just kind of outed him, and people were like, "That's not exactly a good."
It's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's not really a good. That's not anything that a good friend would do, and does make Jean Grey look not great. If you're a Jean Grey fan, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You've been through a lot. That's rough. But
listen, it's not your fault they don't know how to write certain women. Actually, should I change that sentence from certain women to just women?
I'm so sorry
you're the
that
comic
the writers kind of hate your waifu. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, that's really rough. As a Scott fan, I understand some of your pain.
Yeah, so how's Cable?
So
yeah.
What else? Well,
Wolverine.
honestly, what was next? Wolverine.
Wolverine was like, "You chilled my beer. I will die for you now."
Oh yeah, Bobby hands him a cold beer, and Wolverine's like, "Yeah, I think that makes you my son, basically, right?"
And he proves it by fighting off the U.S. Special Forces sent to arrest them.
He does. Him, and also you get a bit of background Colossus baby Colossus who's still
Yeah,
like
they never name
6'5".
him. They never name him. It just happens.
Just
He's
like
a
a
big
17-year-old
dude.
boy who's 6'5".
He's a JoJo character
He's
in this world.
young Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's fine. Honestly, fair. That's generally how I just assumed he looked at that age.
That tracks, honestly.
Yeah. They just a little
Oh,
background.
also
Fun.
Siren apparently in the background too.
Some siren kitties in the background, not played by Elliot Page in this case. Not yet.
Mhm.
I forgot actually. Elliot Page feels like just the kitty actor. Like I forgot that he wasn't really playing her until like movie 3. I forgot that was not a thing until then. It's kind of surprising. Like I think everyone
Yeah.
just forgets.
Yeah, but Wolverine, he's like, "You're not attacking my kids, damn it!" Murders people. Like, hell yeah,
It
dude.
was great.
Like I said, give him
Yeah,
an
and
ounce
then
of self-defense
everyone's-
and he'll take it to the extreme.
Yeah,
it's very
it's self-defense for. Come on.
It's very funny to me that, like, especially with the whole like Daredevil's horrible plot about like should I kill people or not. You know, it was like very ham-fisted. And
Wolverine
very
doesn't
messy.
hesitate.
Oh yeah, the X-Men just kill people.
Yeah.
The X-Men just kill
It's like,
people.
hey, the X-Men basically are like, hey, it's either them or us, and like we're in self-defense mode right here, man. We're vindicated.
X-Men have no problem with like Charles like ostensibly has like some scruples, right? And he's like, we shouldn't like genocide all of humankind probably, but like the X-Men just kill people.
Yeah, they're not definitely as like as
Honestly,
hesitant to do so despite the circumstances. Like Spider-Man, for example, not killing the robber is a good example of what we're talking about.
It's honestly really funny and really great is the thing. Right? I think I I just had this thought of like, it's funny because I feel like people oftentimes look at the Avengers and are like, they're such fucking cops. But honestly, if they were more cops, then they would kill people too.
Yes.
But
Honestly,
yeah.
Charles strikes me as like a Booker T. Washington type of like, yes, we shouldn't purposely make ourselves be in those positions. And like, dude, no, that happens anyways. We're gonna kill people.
Honestly, this is maybe a good actually time. So of course the after the whole initial nuclear bomb metaphor that was the X-Men. After that was like the racial metaphor, which I think more people are most familiar with.
Yeah.
Aside from the modern era. And people often make comparisons of like Professor X to Martin Luther King Jr. and then again ironically Magneto to Malcolm X. I think the funny thing is that a lot of people pointed out that that's not quite accurate, or at the very least,
correct.
at the very least, it's basing itself off of a interpretation of Malcolm X that is more rooted in propaganda than reality. Where like in reality, the Malcolm X and Black Panther Party were like honestly have a lot in common with X-Men, and if anything, people more compare him to. I've seen some people compare him actually to Scott more closely, which I think is actually a little closer, where it's like a very much an attitude of like, yes, we believe in peace, we believe in potential for coexistence, but also we believe that if we have to like listen, if we have to open carry in order to keep some local police guys in line, we're gonna fucking do that. We have to like quietly threaten some people in order to keep them from committing hate crimes. We're gonna do that. We're gonna protect ourselves.
And like honestly, kind of based.
But yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, Charles Xavier for I haven't exactly read his works. I'm kind of just going off of vague knowledge, which is kind of bad for me. I will admit I'm probably speaking out my ass here, but that's why I was comparing Charles Xavier to Booker T. Washington, who was more of a don't rock the boat type of person, to my understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even King by the end of his life was getting more and more socialist, more and more, maybe we should start rocking the boat a little more, which is then, of course, why the FBI had him assassinated.
We should get cut.
Yeah. Then the
If only he
FBI
had
had him
more guns.
assassinated. Yay!
History is dark.
Lily, don't be silly. It was the CIA.
Oh yeah, no. Oh my God, you're right. The FBI were just investigating him, and we're trying to assassinate his character.
Exactly.
Yeah, the FBI were just trying to get dirt on him and framing him for some shit. Not yeah, the CIA. Duh.
Uh, I love how we've gone on like 3 different tangents. We like the movie, we swear. It's just there is so much packed into that X-Men property
There's a
that
lot to
just
dig into.
works tangentially.
And there's a
Also,
lot to dig
Quicksby,
into with this movie too.
yes, and Quicksby, you had said something before we accidentally cut you off.
Oh, I just said history is dark.
Yeah.
Let it be.
Oh yeah, but was still in the manor. Wolverine's still killing people.
He's just
The
been
kids
stabbing this guy
escape.
this whole time. Just imagine that. Just the chest is over and
Yeah.
over again.
Yeah, the kids escape through a
Wolverine
secret.
screams while doing it.
Yes, the kids escape through a secret tunnel, and then 3 of them were like, "Oh wait, we should go back." No, this was Pyro, Bobby, and shoot, what was her name?
Rogue or Anne Marie?
Amory.
How'd you forget?
That's her real name, right?
Yeah, that's her government name.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I've kind of been swapping between their real and you know what?
No,
I'm gonna save
no
that.
one fucking calls Rogue Anne Marie. It's like that's weird. Just call her Rogue. It's
No,
fine.
the thing is, I want to try teeing it up for the scene where I still.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, the one. Yeah.
Yes.
What's your name, John? No. What's your
No,
real
what's your
name,
mutant name?
Pyro? No, okay. There is that one of the funniest, maybe weirdest ways this movie fumbles this metaphor a little bit is that it uses superhero names as a stand-in for like chosen names for like trans people, and that's very funny. That's incredibly funny. Oh my God, that's so funny. Not the best metaphor, maybe. Because
funny.
because they're ostensibly just goofy comic book like secret identities, code names. Like they're just silly names that like these people come up with in like 5 seconds, probably.
They wrote it down on a piece of, lined paper
Yeah,
with like
yeah.
doodles.
Oh, you literally don't know how right you are. You don't know. How
you
right
do
you are.
realize the implication of this means Magneto one day sat down and was like, I don't like Eric. My real name is Magneto.
So maybe that's why Charles calls him Magnus after sometimes. No, it's goofy. It's goofy. It's a little cringe. It's
I find it funny.
It is mostly
That
really
is not
funny.
my
I
canon.
understood the sentiment though, of like you don't want to reject this part of you, but I get it.
I get it.
It gets messier.
It's just a little messy.
It gets messier. Is about like they double down in a later movie.
Oh.
It gets worse. First Class, while I appreciate that movie, while I do actually quite like it as a standalone, there is so much to unpack about the movie, and history has not looked kindly on it, just going forward.
I'm gonna be honest, I only really remember like 2 things from the movie. The guy who can adapt to anything, not adapting to everything. Charles gets put in the chair. Oh wait, no, the third thing, move the coin. I forgot that was in that movie, right?
Also, those are good men just following orders.
I do not remember that part.
Don't. Oh no.
Nope.
That was Charles says that to Magneto as he's crashing out.
Is that when he gets shot?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Just about. Again, just everyone just laughs at like the fact that Charles Xavier saying that to Eric Lenscher, the Holocaust survivor. Those are good men just following orders. Is fucking insane.
That's insane.
Like, holy shit, brother, you did that? Oh my God, no wonder he divorced you on the spot. Wow.
Like,
yeah.
honestly, that kind of just makes me even more team Magneto.
Listen. I like Charles. I like Charles just fine.
Charles.
Sometimes he's my least favorite. Sometimes I really fucking hate him. Sometimes he gets on my goddamn. Sometimes him and his little liberal attitude gets on my fucking nerves.
Do you know? I think the part of him that gets you mad is the fact that he's always trying to keep the peace.
I think legitimately, yeah, but also he's like just a prick still about it sometimes.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
try-
not saying that's not a part of it too,
Yeah.
but he has a lot of tendencies of like he's just trying to keep the peace, and Magneto's like, no, there is no more time for peace.
He doesn't want to rock the boat in a situation where maybe rocking the boat
Be
might be
the
appreciated.
only option. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also even just beyond that, he's very much a control freak too. A lot of the times, you got. I will force you guys
Yeah.
to read the Krakoa comics, the House of X. At one point, one they're just amazing, and I think after watching
Wait,
97, after
there's two
watching this,
houses? Because wasn't there also the House of M?
yes, House of X. Um, read the Krakoa comics. They're amazing, but that is definitely Charles at his most villainous. You'll get to enjoy that. That's Charles at his most like, I'm pretty sure you're up to some fuck shit, but I can't prove it.
I see.
But yeah, it's a great comic. It's an amazing comic.
Yeah. All right, so we have like three different themes going on in this movie at once.
Mhm.
So like we have the whole Magneto versus Charles in terms of their entire I keep wanting to go back to their divorce, but I know that's not the theme that's being presented to us. Damn it, Lily, you did this to me.
Yep, good. So you have Magneto versus Charles. You have the um their ideals of. Honestly, I'm half tempted to just bring out, just crack open the philosophy book and talk about like the death versus life instinct almost. Do you understand this concept?
I'm not I'm not familiar with that actually, but I'd certainly like to learn more.
So it's basically the idea of the death instinct being the urge to like constantly recreate oneself to like think of like death in like the terms of like the tarot card death, where it is about
Oh, metaphorical
destructive
death of something.
the destructive urge to want to constantly change and move forward and reinvent everything, versus the life instinct, which is more centered around the maintenance of the maintenance of society, the maintenance of relationships, of that basically.
Yeah. Real,
um
real quick, I'll have it be known I just got flashbang right now because I wanted to look this up on my own time so I could remember. I decided to look it up now and just go back to my notes after that. I got flashbang by the fact that this is Sigmund Freud.
oh yeah. Sorry, daddy wrote it. I'm my bad. Should have mentioned that.
No, don't use that term.
This is
Yeah. So the idea
after
of
dark hours.
the idea of death versus life, of the destructive instinct of change versus the instinct to just simply maintain what is there. The balance of both is very good for is what is best for society, for a healthy life, of course. And
Mhm.
I think you have a lot of people though where they tend to prefer one very strongly to the other, and leads to like, I think I will openly admit that I'm someone who is much more in the death instinct for sure. I enjoy reinventing myself and doing all sorts of crazy things and going on crazy adventures, and I don't particularly care that much about just daily maintenance of life that I should probably prioritize more.
Yeah, and I feel like it's rather apparent to see that I'm probably very much in the life category where I probably do need some death in me. But so far stability has served fine. But going back to the death category, it's kind of interesting because I could see how that type of instincts influences accelerationist thought.
Mm.
Of how those types of people who are like, you know what, I know things are bad, let it keep getting worse. That's the only way we're actually gonna break the system in full.
And Magneto is definitely in that category as well. And
Yeah, honestly, no,
Wolverine
he's
is
not supporting
basically
the system. He's just trying to break it. Yeah, because
Wolverine is, well, I mean, it's about not like necessarily accelerationist, but I mean like in Magneto's the
yeah,
one that wants radical destructive change.
Yeah, that's death instinct. Accelerationism is within the system. I'm gonna keep letting it go faster and faster until it crashes.
Mm-hmm. Wolverine is kind of having to fight in between those two instincts and picking which one he prefers, whether he wants to like, find out his past, figure out all this stuff, go in this like crazy, I don't know, go in
Striker.
this crazy pact with Stryker or whatever to find out all this stuff, or whether he wants to, you know,
Fuck it, I have kids.
yeah, fuck it, I have kids, to hang out, or even just his everyday death instinct where he's always running off, always feeling discomfited by the trappings of everyday quiet life.
Mhm.
So, yeah, Sigmund Freud, what can I say? Important to this discussion, unironically.
Yeah, I mean, considering that's like one of the main themes going on here.
One of my favorite things that bread tubers do genuinely is whenever they refer to him as daddy, so I just started doing that.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
gosh.
breadtuber?
Like leftist YouTubers. Because
Oh,
I think
okay.
leftists generally have problems with Sigmund Freud for obvious reasons, because he's kind of a fucking hack, yeah. But
Yeah, no, agreed. That's
he
why I said I got flashbanged by him.
but he had some good points that are worth discussing and worth citing, and so I just, whenever you have to cite him like that, I say, yeah, it's daddy. Daddy had his issues, but sometimes he had some bangers. It's daddy.
That's crazy.
I know.
This is crazy.
We're introducing Quickspeed to some new shit today.
I'm just
Oh
thinking, like,
no, are we
referring to
going to have to?
philosophers as that is just crazy
Yeah,
to
why
me.
not?
Oh, are we
He
going to
wasn't a
have to tell her
philosopher,
about
really.
some of his edit? He was, in all technicality, a psychologist.
Yeah. Technically, he was a
In fact,
psychiatrist.
he is considered the father of psychology, and the joke often goes, he's the father of psychology because everyone who came after him said, that sounds like bullshit, I'm gonna try to disprove it.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, but calling someone like that daddy?
Yeah, why
Like,
not? Yeah, why
why?
not? He's not here to argue. He's not here to argue. What's he gonna say? He's
Yeah.
dead. He's dead as hell.
Yeah. We're going to have to introduce Quixby to how he helped popularize the Oedipus complex in the public
Oh,
consciousness.
yeah. Let's not. Well, that's a future. That's a future discussion.
That's an after dark stream.
What's the movie that would best facilitate that discussion? Hmm.
Spider-Man 2.
No. We'll see. We'll see which hero has the worst mommy issues. I mean, honestly, the first thing that popped in my head was Guardians of the Galaxy, but I don't think that qualifies. We'll get there when we get there, I guess.
The issues are on full display with the Guardian of the Galaxy, the first two at least.
Oh yeah, literally, I think we got on a tangent as I was going to talk about the Kurt Riz moment with him and Storm, where he says
Oh
something
yeah.
to the extent of, "Why is someone so beautiful filled with so much anger?" And she says, "Because sometimes that's all you have." And it's one of those situations where that kind of line could have come across as very condescending, very
Cringe.
like, you should smile more.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is
maybe.
saved by how sweet Alan Cumming and his whole affect comes across, where it is a statement that does not come across as judgmental, but one full of empathy and understanding. And when she answers, sometimes anger is all you have. All his face is just so open and curious and full of like, damn, yeah, been there. All the best X-Men actors are gay.
Well, he also
All the best
responds,
X-Men
I
actors are
think.
I
gay.
mean, you're right.
I think he also responds, though. Doesn't he also say that sometimes all you have is faith as well? Like,
I'm trying to remember his line. I'm gonna be honest, I don't
I
remember
don't
that
think
one.
he responds to her saying that. I believe she gets the last word on that one in that exchange.
I know he said that because she repeats the line later when
She does. I think
they
I
have
think
to.
it was I think it was in a different context. It might have been a different. I'll have to double check. I'll have to double check.
No,
the
because the
record.
context was to warp where Cerebo was, and as he said, he struggles to if he
Yes.
cannot see where he's going, and she repeats that line saying, "Well, I have faith in you,"
Yes.
and it was important because he said that to her.
Yes, but I do not think it was in this moment. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens was sometimes anger can help you survive. Nightcrawler. So can faith.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's like just before it.
The Arbiter has spoken.
Of course, of course. It so decrees.
Yeah, so you literally just said you're the tiebreaker for us. That's your purpose.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it has been decreed.
Yeah. You're the one I trust to settle these arguments.
But yes, he's a good Catholic boy. This has been established.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of 10 out of 10 exchanges like that, and pretty much all of them involve Kurt.
Yeah. So going back to the manor where this entire tangent started, the kids, they're just like, ah, crap, we gotta save our new father. Iceman, make an ice wall, and then Wolverine's like, nah, guys, I'm fine, trust me. Like, come on, please.
He's not fine.
Ah, fine. For you guys, I will. To heck with the past.
And
then they steal Scott's car.
And then we discussed Daddy, and
and then they steal Scott's car.
They steal one of Scott's cars, which I think I
no, because when Wolverine got in that car and they said this is Cyclops' car, he's just like, oh yeah, and then sticks his freaking claw into the engine.
Oh yeah. No, I think I pointed out to Quickspeed that it's like it's Scott's hobby. That's he has the car autism. So he just loves fixing up cars, and he just does it constantly. And I'm pretty sure that I think ostensibly they belong to the professor. Like, he paid for them, right? He's like Scott's adoptive father, more or less.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I don't know, just takes him in. Scott's like, let me fix up cars, and he's like, yeah, okay. My bank account just says yes, so just go for it.
My bank account says, give my child a luxury car to work on.
Man, I wish.
So Scott, listen, canonically, Scott had the roughest fucking upbringing on the planet, so he deserves it.
He deserves nice things.
He had such a. Do you know about Scott's canon comic upbringing?
No.
You only told me about the brain damage.
Yeah, right. So he was like a kid, when like him and his parents were in like a plane accident. His brother too. Loses contact with his brother. His parents die, except not really, because it's comic books. And he gets like brain damage, to where he even has like issues with sight for a bit. Sight comes back, but he gets these headaches. He ends up in foster care, where he is more or less considered like not adoptable because he's disabled. And during that time is experimented on by Dr. Sinister, by the scary fucker, by the scary vampire fucker from '97. He's experimented on by that guy.
My gosh.
Eventually he leaves, joins the X-Men, but depending on the comics, and even some more bad shit happens between. I think like one of the original comic runs, he was like a street kid for a bit, and he gets picked up by this guy Jack Winters, who has like the same powers as Emma Frost, telepath, a mild telepath with who can like turn into diamonds, and this guy has him like use his powers to like steal shit. At that point, Scott's powers start coming in, and they're completely uncontrollable because of the brain damage. Guy starts forcing him to like crack open bank vaults by using his punch dimension beams.
That's terrible.
I still accept that as canon. Yes.
I'm pretty certain that arc ends with Scott more or less fucking killing the guy. And then Xavier adopting him on the spot. In all fairness, the guy was beating the shit out of him. So again, Scott had the roughest possible upbringing. Scott's upbringing was so fucking rough. You just feel bad for him. The more you find out, the more you're like, damn, that's fucked up what they did to you.
And this is why he's labeled as a problematic himbo.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, problematic sometimes.
Yeah. I showed Quixby my fictional Venn diagram. You know the one?
Yes. I think I do.
Yeah, you know the one where I labeled them a problematic himbo, messy twink, ray of sunshine. That's my That's my Venn diagram.
You could also call that the Nightcrawler category.
Yeah. So I put Scott in the problematic himbo category. But depending on who's drawing him, he may or may not be a beefy enough to be a himbo. Sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't.
But all right, so back to the movie.
So
Yeah,
we're going
Wolverine makes
5
his
seconds at a
choice.
time in this movie.
Absolutely. Yeah, Wolverine makes his choice of to heck with the past, let's steal this car. Hey, the others are out like in Boston.
I
Uh
gotta check on the
is it
stew because I've been gone for longer than I thought I'd be.
oh heck.
All good.
Continue talking. It's fine.
Oh no, it's just because we're about to get to the coming out.
Oh, once I'll be back so quick. Just give me a second.
All right,
Okay.
hurry. But to continue to tee her up for that return, yeah, sure, the others, they're out in like Boston or something, right? Yeah, we should probably go there.
And my parents live in Boston. He's like, good. They're going to Boston then.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, let's go crash at Bobby's house just
Bobby's
for a
house.
little sec. So, they do that, they get there, and now is the perfect time to pause for Lily.
Hey, you know what? Wolverine at least gets his beer at Bobby's house.
That is true. That's right, he never finished the chilled beer because of the cops.
Yeah.
I say the cops are like
The
special
soda.
forces. Yeah, other small tidbits we did miss out on was Wolverine, while talking to Bobby, or not while, before talking to Bobby, also came across another kid. This kid, his mutant powers, I don't know, the blinking equals change the channel. I'm pretty sure it's like electromagnetism. Wait a
The
second.
kid that doesn't sleep.
Yeah, is that kid Magneto too?
No.
Like, I know. It was just because I was saying like electromagnetism for like changing the channel. Like magnetism, magnets.
You know, I had this thought though about Magneto, which was I feel like if Magneto existed in a different time of age, he wouldn't be as threatening as he is in the modern age because we just use so much metal in the modern age.
I raise you that and bring you up to, in basically any other age, he would also have a decent amount of power under him. Send him against an army of Romans. He is literally grabbing their swords and stabbing
How the
them.
fuck did you get him started on the Roman army, the Roman Empire? How the fuck did you?
It's
manage
always
that?
lurking at the back
How
of
the
my head.
fuck
She's
did
the
you-
one who brought up. She brought up Magneto not being threatening in other eras. I said, "Fuck you." He could stab an army of Romans with their own sword.
None
I
of
just
this
said he
Roman
wouldn't-
Empire shit. Get the spray bottle out. Okay, anyway, the gay scene. The gay scene. The Bobby coming out scene, but the other one.
Yeah, wait, hold up. The one final tee up thing. We were initially talking about the frozen beer. Yeah, during that scene, Bobby had said like, "Oh yeah, my parents think I'm just at a prep school. I haven't exactly told them about this yet." Now we go on to coming out.
Yeah, so they steal Scott's car and they take a trip down to Boston. Boston, the hometown of Magnus Chase. Review coming very soon. 2 weeks. First Friday every month. And Bobby has to uncomfortably come out to his parents. And it's like very intentionally that. Like the mom even says word for word, "Have you tried not being
a mutant?"
Yeah. It's like there's like a hard cut after that too for comedic effect. And yeah, honestly the whole scene is like pretty funny and uncomfortable and delightful.
Uncomfortably funny.
It is. Like I insist, all the best X-Men are played by gay actors. And I think that's a lot of why that is. I think this is really heavily why that is, because there is something that like Alan Cumming, as much as there isn't honestly much to the way that Kurt is written in this movie, Alan Cumming understanding that moment with Storm is exactly why that still really works. All of Magneto's gravitas and all of all of Sir Ian McKellen's just amazing presence makes that character. There is a lot in, like, if you have these actors who like actually really on a deep gut level understand like what this movie is going for, then like that's a huge reason as to why this movie ends up being as successful as it is. And so you get
Yeah, nothing further to really quite add to that. Just kind of agree.
you're like, yep. Yeah, you got this scene that like really hammers home that like at the
It
very
was a good
least
scene.
the writers
This is a queer
understand too.
thing.
Yeah. That's and then Bobby's brother is not a homie. He calls the fucking feds
No,
on
he's
them.
not.
He's a narc.
Fucking,
Fucking
like,
narc.
I was like, what the heck was this dude's problem?
Gets Wolverine shot in the head, but it's okay. He gets better.
Yeah. Pyro, I mean Bobby, not fuck John, Jake, fuck, I forgot his name already.
John just call him Pyro. Fine.
Yeah. So, he basically gets his line is like, hey, you want to see a magic trick? And then he starts, in this movie, fire is kind of like wind. It just kind of like tosses people around.
Yeah. He just kind of tosses people around, blows up some cars. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Oh, but something I actually did want to mention, I just remembered. So, despite us talking about how a lot of this movie's themes are kind of based around queer as well as life death instinct, aka status quo, or working within the status quo to change it, or breaking the status quo to change it.
But also,
Despite us,
not just that, but also the maintenance of relationships of. It's not. You make it sound too much like the leftist versus liberal instinct, where it's more than that. It also has to do with like social maintenance. There are good and bad aspects to both. Is the idea.
Real quick, put a pin in that social maintenance thing in a moment. We'll get back to it with Pyro in a. Despite us talking nonstop about all of those topics, lip service was given to the original theme that not the original, the secondary theme that the X-Men had. Because I just remembered at this very moment, do you guys remember at the very beginning of the movie, the opening crawl had talked about the replacements, or the mutants replacing humans? I just barely remembered they actually did bring that up in this movie.
They did. It was in the museum scene where I think Storm is talking about. Was it Jean? Jean is talking about how the not Homo erectus.
It was Charles Xavier talking about it over the starry intro before they cut to the White House
no, there's
scene.
that, but they also echo it in the museum scene where one of them's talking about how like the Homo erectus replaced the Cro-Magnums.
Oh, that's
not
right.
by
That's right.
killing them, which was originally thought, but potentially by interbreeding with them.
Yeah, which
well, and they also bring up the when in the coming out scene, when the wife says, "Oh, this is all my fault," they're like, actually, the mutation gene comes from the dad, so it's his fault.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty funny. But a part of the Homo sapiens absorbing Neanderthals theory, I heard it coined as the sexy Neanderthal theory, and like I kind of find that funny.
I mean, just the main thing is that just, and this is always a funny thing that gets brought up a lot with mutants, especially where it's like, yeah, it's kind of like silly to be fighting to be viewing it as like mutants versus humans when it's very much like. Like these are your kids. These are your this is like statistically going to be the entirety of the population in about like we're gonna be in My Hero Academia where it's gonna be weird to not be a mutant in a little while.
I know, which is why I think that the queer theming works better, especially with the entire topic of, oh, anyone can be a mutant. You don't know.
The one thing I do wonder, because every once in a while in comics they'll do the thing where they'll be like, "Oh no, the entirety of the mutant population was just decimated again," and it's like, and I do have to wonder where it's like, especially if it's like mutants are becoming more common. It's I kind of have to wonder like, oh, did you just like kill like 50% of the world's children? Is that just what happened? Like, is that like?
I
That's a lot of death if
personally,
you think about it.
I personally choose to interpret it as this. It is during those decimations, it is the known mutants. Because I personally choose to headcanon that because you know how there's that Cerebro scene and showed like 50% of the world was how like the mutant gene.
Yeah.
I choose to believe a lot of people either don't have it active, so they don't have any flashy powers, or someone has a stupid flashy power that isn't exactly noticeable. Of yes, my power is I know exactly when I'm running late.
It
This is
cannot
just turning into My Hero Academia at this point.
basically.
Oh fuck, you're right.
It canonically activates generally during puberty. If you have it active, even if it's a power that's mostly useless by just always knowing when you're running late, Cerebro would still be able to sense that, but it does require it to be active for him to sense it. But there are like physical mutations, like my sweet baby boy Kurt, where he's born with them, but his powers didn't kick in until later in life, as far as the
Yeah.
teleportation goes.
I
But he was
also
always
just
blue.
remember. Yeah, I also just remembered that the Sentinels just actively know if someone has that gene in them or not.
They do.
You know, Sentinel's
Yeah.
technology is such a
BS.
yeah, just a
It's entirely
freaking
bullshit.
yeah, it's such
That's
BS.
comics, baby.
Oh yeah, it's comics. They're just giant like robots for people to fight. Like don't worry about it too heavy.
I love giant robots.
They're just Gundams. Like it's you don't think about it.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, I'm not sure if this is shocking or just typical of me. I think one of my favorite mechs in Gundam has got to be the GM.
I don't
You
know.
know,
I
the
don't.
generic one.
Oh
It's
wait.
the generic foot soldier one.
Oh, the one that's
The
green.
ones with the shield. No, the
No.
Zaku's are the ones on
Oh,
the.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
looking at it right now. I literally did not remember this one. Literally did not remember it.
It's the guys with the shields.
I've
They were
s-
kind of like the cannon fodder.
I've seen a lot of Gundam. I do not particularly care to memorize the mech names.
The funny thing is, I don't either, and I have not seen a lot of Gundam.
That's
I just have a
hilarious.
very specific brand of
That's
autism.
so fucking. I've probably
Hey,
seen
so
more
does
Gundam
anyone
than you,
want?
haven't I?
You absolutely have. No,
That's so
that is not
fucking
even a
funny.
question. You absolutely have. Yeah, like the specific brand of autism I have is like, hey guys, I can name basically the entire CIS fleet from Star Wars of like the different models of ships they have.
See, my brand of autism just had me crying over the ending to Iron Blooded Orphans for 5 days straight. So yeah.
Meanwhile, with me, I'm just like, oh wow, the Requisite class destroyer has a very good array of heavy
Like okay,
weaponry.
I'm gonna get the spray bottle again, like with the Roman Empire thing. I have to cut this shit out. Let's move on.
Hiss, hiss. Oh, actually, you know what? There we are.
Oh, Professor asks the student, "What is your power?" She says, "I can guess how many trolls it takes to start this." Yeah,
I've seen that
that was
one
like
before. I love
a
it.
Tumblr meme. This happened.
It's a good
I'm
one.
kidding. I can heal spines.
Surprised someone doesn't just heal him.
Gotta be
You know,
someone.
I did think calling Logan professor was really funny though.
He says, "What do you?"
Oh, yeah,
And then
that's
what does he
right.
teach? Art.
I mean, the thing is that I fully believe that like Xavier is absolutely the type to be petty enough to just require all of the adults in the in the mansion to eventually
teach
get their
something.
masters, and I believe it. I believe
I
Wolverine.
absolutely believe he
I
makes
believe
them get
Wolverine did get
credentials.
his masters in art out of spite. I believe it.
He might have.
I'm pretty sure he just looked up easy degrees and just took multiple courses on art appreciation. All of his stuff was phoned in. By the way, I'm just making headcanons. All of his stuff was phoned in, except for like one piece of art really resonated with him, and he went hard on his project for it.
I take offense to calling that an easy degree. You'd have to at least be a competent painter, but sure.
You know what? You're right. Again, like I said, the headcanon was just he took it thinking it was, and mostly tried taking art appreciation classes.
Actually, there are a few X-Men that do canonically have their masters, I believe. I mean, Jean has her doctorate canonically. I think
Beast.
Scott, yeah, Jean has her doctorate. Beast has his doctorate. Kurt and Scott, I think, canonically have master's degrees.
Oh, Kurt as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's like a priest.
Oh, that's right. They need theology degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like a priest in the Vatican for a while. You need good degrees to do that.
When do we get the Kurt S. Pope arc?
Oh god, never. It was horrible. It was really bad. You don't need it.
No, I'm sad.
It was really
But
bad.
Nightcrawler in the Pope outfit would be so funny.
Oh, Nightcrawler. If I mean, if it was like actually a happy triumphant moment, yes, but it was like a big conspiracy, basically.
Oh, that's lame. I
Yeah.
thought it was just something he wanted to pursue, so he's like that on the side.
No, he was put there on the seat as part of a big conspiracy, and that was also one of those continuities where he was like also half demon, and it was a big fucking mess. Um, I literally might have to show you the Lindsay Ellis Kurt video after this so you can see more on it, more on him. I'm gonna do that anyway, actually. So just
Gotcha.
buckle the fuck.
Also, I believe that as well, Mozzie. Funny
in.
enough, I was saying that during the watch
Like,
party.
you're
If
a
like
shop
you
class
could have
and
said he
all
was
that.
a shop teacher, that'd be
Yeah.
believable.
You know what? I feel like he could, but what are the chances that Scott would show up halfway and start like criticizing him from a distance?
Non-zero chance. He would. This is exactly what would happen. Scott would come in drinking a cup of like coffee or something or tea. I don't know what his preference is. He'd just be there, sitting, staring at Wolverine working on something, and he'd just be like, "Ooh, I wouldn't do it like that."
I wouldn't do like that. He'd
I
start
wouldn't do it like
criticizing, he'd start bitching at him from the corner, and Wolverine would want to kill him.
They have perpetual beef.
Yes. Of course, this always winds up with them in the car, like in the Deadpool movie.
Oh, but that seems so funny.
Oh god, that scene's so funny. That scene's so funny. What car was that? What kind of car was that again?
I think it was a
I
Honda
don't know,
Civic,
fucking
wasn't it?
Fucking
minivan.
Honda Civic sex scene. Everyone loves it. So good.
I don't know my cars though. I don't know anything about cars. I could be very wrong, but
We got some good. I'm just looking through the notes of like some of the exchanges that happened. Like, why not stay in disguise? And like, what's your name, John? What's your real name, Pyro? A lot of
We're
stuff.
and
still
you're
quite a few
a
scenes
god
away
among
from that.
insects after that.
Oh yeah. So Mystique roofies a guy, injects his blood with a bunch of iron, and Magneto rips the iron out of his blood. People, I think Luck mentioned that people sometimes put that scene up out of context to prove that Magneto could in fact just rip the iron straight from your blood in order to like make metal. When in fact, Mystique gave him so much extra metal in his veins that he probably like could easily die from heavy metal poisoning in a few days.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I think in the comics maybe at one point he does do something along those lines, but that's not typically something you can just do.
He's blood
By the way,
bending.
I looked it up. It's a Honda Odyssey.
Honda Odyssey. Okay. Yeah, the Honda
Yeah,
Odyssey
2011
sex scene.
model apparently.
The Honda Odyssey sex scene. Everyone calls it the sex. Everyone calls it the Honda Odyssey sex scene. I've never heard anyone not refer to that as a sex scene.
I mean, it basically is.
They
one,
pan
that's
out
why.
and the car's rocking. Like
They literally come back to the scene with them out of breath, doing or laying down side by side.
Deadpool is canonically actually both of them have canonically fucked a lot of men. It's great. I love it. Okay, so guy has too much iron in his blood. Magneto breaks out. It is just absolute aura farming moment. And that's where we head towards him helping out the currently non-endangered, well, endangered, yes, but not brainwashed or captured X-Men, helping them land the plane so they don't die. We get a weird scene where Mystique disguises herself as Jean and tries to fuck Logan.
Yeah.
It was odd.
That was crazy.
Honestly, I'm gonna be entirely honest. It might be just because it's me and I'm the token cis het person here, but in my mind I was thinking, Logan, you're kind of a coward.
You're like
Listen.
Logan, this is better, don't you?
Logan, you could have just said like, okay, good. I didn't. I had.
But it feeds the fan fiction of
No
yearning.
disrespect for Jean, but Mystique is 5,000 times hotter. That's just
Yeah.
facts.
Again, just saying, if I was Wolverine, she turns back into her regular form and says, like, what, weren't expecting this? I was like, you're right, I wasn't. This is even better. Let's keep going.
He has his heart belongs to Jean and Scott and and Kurt and Storm and wait, shit, how long is this list again?
Yeah. Why is Old Man Logan on this list?
What?
I'm making a joke because you had said Logan slipping up, so I was adding to it of like, why is Old Man Logan on the list?
No, I was saying his heart belongs to, and then I listed like half the X-Men.
But yeah, he is the communal top, as we said.
Yeah. Just not for Mystique.
Apparently.
What else do we even got with this? Right, beyond this, it's firmly third act. Beyond this, right? They head over to the compound in Alkali Lake, and we have a series of boss fights and confrontations, all underpinning.
Yeah,
Just,
this is definitely where my
horror.
notes fall off a cliff.
Just a lot of it underpinning just some just grand old horror there. We find out that Stryker originally had a son who was a mutant named Jason, who was like a powerful telepath, and seems like a lot of fucking
Made
shit
him a
happened.
vegetable.
Yeah, he lobotomized the guy more or less, put him in a wheelchair. Well, it's not said exactly what he did, but you definitely see the surgical scars.
Well, yeah, they said that like whatever his brain secretes is what makes the potions that he uses on other mutants to make them, persuasive to what he wants them to do.
Yeah,
but
didn't he also say like ran a drill through his head or something?
No, yeah, that he says that Jason like gave his mom like paranoid delusions, essentially, and that as a result she killed herself by using a drill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now of course this is Stryker saying it, so I'm kind of the mind of like, I don't trust the guy as much as I can throw him. He is the unreliable narrator. You're supposed to not. You're definitely not supposed to take that statement at face value.
There's like a non-zero chance that he is just making all of it up to twist the knife.
I don't think he's making it up because he seemed too genuinely distressed, but I think there's a good chance that he's not telling the entire truth, or that at the very least his own biases and bigotries are causing him are making his interpretation suspect.
Yeah.
But either way, though, you feel bad for Jason, but also Jason's definitely doing some pretty evil shit, helping Charles and or trying to trick Charles through by like in the most sinister way possible, by like pretending to be like a little girl, and like hypnotizing Charles, basically using telepath shit to like get him to use
an illusion
to kill all mutants.
Yeah. Basically, the goal is get him to connect to Beta Cerebro, so that way he can connect with all mutants and then think too hard and kill them all.
Everyone's on a race to stop this. And luckily, since both men are in wheelchairs, it's not, they got time. They got some time.
They're not going
a lot
anywhere.
of time, but they got some time.
Sorry, that was.
I mean, I didn't see special needs access easily in that compound.
No.
I mean, you're right. Oh, just like off screen, you could just imagine like, fuck, there's a set of stairs. All right, come on, just bring them up.
Oh, God.
What?
Struggling to lift up the wheelchairs to not snap Professor X out of it. The trance.
Military bases, especially ones built in dams, I would imagine, are not typically very accessible.
And like this, this is an old base too. It was definitely made pre-ADA.
Oh, I bet it's Cold War.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks cold. It's so brutalist. It has to be Cold War era. But then again, a lot of X-Men is rooted in that era, so I understand the reference there with the architecture, and I appreciate it. I see what you did there. I see what you guys did there. Um, but yeah, a lot of this final sequence is like, you know, a lot of it's just us wrapping up all the plots. The Logan chooses the life instinct, abandons Stryker to die, and then Magneto also abandons Stryker to die, and then Logan abandons Stryker to die a third time. Really
Everyone
stretching that out.
abandoned Stryker to die.
Everyone
No one.
everyone said fuck this one guy in particular. And for
Which is
good
valid.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They also, while Logan was abandoning Stryker to die, he was holding a kid in his arms. The kid stuck his mutant tongue out, like bleh. Call back to him first showing up at the museum.
It was great. Other scenes we get a bit of we get more Kurt and Storm, where Kurt teleports Storm in, and that's how they are able to stop teleports Storm into the Beta Cerebro. That's how they're able to stop Charles from doing the thing. And yeah. Beyond that, I mean, Magneto and Mystique do a little bit more terrorism, but they're adorable, so we forgive them. Um. And oh yeah, of course the final scene, which is the one that I try to forget because it leads directly into the third movie, which is bad, is the whole Jean sacrifice scene, which I'd kind of say this movie was leading up to, but she doesn't actually personally have that much of an arc in this film, is the thing. It's more just meant
Yeah.
as setup for what you know is coming than it is the
Yeah.
conclusion of any kind of arc. And as a result, it
There was
can
like
mostly
one.
be forgotten.
Yeah, there was like one scene where her eyes turned like fiery red. I forgot what scene that was.
There's two, but
There's two.
Was this the second, or was there like two
this
before?
is like the third.
Oh, okay,
There's
then
two.
if that's the case, I do not remember the other scenes of the fire eyes.
One-
First scene,
one-
she's in the museum, right?
Well, there's also the one with the plane where she's getting the missiles off.
Oh, that's the one I was vaguely remembering. Yeah, I forgot the museum one. Vaguely remember the plane
and
one.
fighting Cyclops while he's under mind control.
That's three then. But yeah, there's she might not actually have the Phoenix eyes in that museum scene, but she does that is the plant for it. Later on she's all yeah, she's at the end here. Her powers are going insano mode. She sacrifices herself in a way that is like kind of silly. I don't know. Why I feel like whatever she did, like she goes like down outside of the plane to like hold back the part the
The
seas,
flood.
hold back the flood, and like raise the plane. And it's like, can't you do that from inside the plane?
Inside, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Why does being outside of the plane help? What is the you what?
It was
Why?
dramatic.
It was unnecessary, and you know that shit ain't gonna stick anyway.
Yeah, like I don't think any of us believe that she was dead
No,
in the
not for a
slightest.
second.
Like even if there was a third movie, I would still assume like yeah, in this continuity, she's not dead. She's gonna come back.
Scott and Logan fall into each other's arms or whatever afterwards.
Yeah, no, it's an excuse for them to hug each other warmly or something.
It's an excuse. It's honestly like the impetus for like every other Skogan fic I've come across. Like, yeah, it's whatever. Again, I would be more warm to it if it wasn't for the fact that the third if the third movie was good, I wouldn't be this whatever about it. But it's dog shit, so it's like a setup for nothing worthwhile whatsoever. The actual ending of the film, them threatening the president a little bit, is the actual good ending Sting moment.
Yeah, because like they also like, oh, see, don't be mad at us. We're not at war with you. We don't want that. Here's private information from Stryker talking about his treason and him almost killing half the population of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's basically the end of the movie. Oh wait, one more point I have about the movie that I forgot to mention. So Kurt.
Of course.
All right, go off.
Okay, I do have this little this is a little one that I forgot to mention, which is that we have like, of course, sweet, precious, sensitive Kurt in this one. And one thing that's really noticeable, that's just like a little acting moment from Alan Cumming, is that a lot of times whenever Kurt meets new people, he always has this moment of like hesitation or shyness. that I think is so fucking precious. And is very in line, honestly, with how comic Kurt acts a lot of the times, where it's like he's much more outgoing, much more boisterous, but he also has these moments where he's clearly on guard a little more because he's never sure how new people are going to take him. And so he can have these little shy moments, and I think they're so precious and so sad. And my sweet, sweet baby boy, I would die for you. Anyway,
uh,
that's it. Those are all my X2 thoughts.
I think that's about my thoughts as well. I liked the movie, good movie. Ranked it like a little below Spider-Man,
Ranks number 2 on our
and
list, which works,
Number
I guess.
2.
X2 is number 2, you know.
of course.
Yeah.
Uh, by the time we get to the last movie of the series, it's probably still going to rank amongst the top 10. Even without Lily's intentional intervention, it probably would still rank highly, I would say.
Pretty easily. Like
Yeah.
my honestly
I mean,
my
this ain't beating. Mm,
I mean, I think there's a few movies that are going to top it out, but like it's incredibly, incredibly solid. And I will even go as far to say that I think it has better writing than Spider-Man 1. I genuinely do think so. I just also recognize that it's very busy, it's hard to parse on first go through, and it is like maybe not as iconic or evergreen as Spider-Man. There's a lot of aesthetic elements that I think our modern palettes who are maybe, more used to better are not necessarily vibing with.
yeah, I suppose. Because I'm gonna be honest, I also personally feel like a lot of the more emotional moments in Spider-Man did hit a bit harder, but then again, that's probably because they're rehashing, the solid
Mhm.
or not solid Spider-Man, like the most memorable parts of the Spider-Man story
The
of
arc in
it.
the arc in Spider-Man is pretty perfect. I think I just am
It is.
personally more inclined to enjoying the themes and some of the more thinky writing going on here a bit better. Um, but I believe that the spots that you guys, because again, I in my brain this one was number 1. That was what I wanted to pick. They chose number 2. I am okay with this. I have made my
Ha,
peace with it.
I'm super easy. If it makes me laugh, it's a good movie.
Okay.
Make 'em laugh, make 'em
They had
laugh.
some
That's
funny
that's
one-liners.
that's fair. But yeah. I think that's it. I think we covered pretty much everything. As per usual, the better movies end up being a bit. And again, even me making that criticism, that's not even me saying that this movie is bad or subpar. That's just like that is the reason why it is slightly less good than the literal number 1 movie on our list right now. And even then, I give personal reasons as to why. Yeah, I kind of prefer this one. I've rewatched this one a lot of times. I've not felt the need to rewatch Spider-Man 1 all that many times.
Yeah, I say go watch it. Do it. Do it
Definitely
now.
worth the watch.
Watch the X1 and then watch this one and then stop there. They never made any more. You know, check out some of the spin-offs like Logan and Deadpool, and maybe First Class if you're a real freak. But there was
Yeah.
no third one, sadly. They never yeah
Rest in peace.
mhm.
They never ever got to do the Phoenix thing they wanted to. Too many director issues.
All those clips about the Juggernaut were AI,
On the
and
Juggernaut, bitch.
that those didn't
As
happen.
if you don't plan a stream on the future movies
Yeah,
at
you can see the
all.
schedule. Obviously that's coming, and it's coming pretty soon. Honestly, I think in fact we're gonna do like Hulk, and then we're going right into Last Stand.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to be dead for Hulk unless it's for some reason delayed.
Yeah, it's just gonna be me and Quixby for that one. But hopefully you're still gonna join us for watching it.
I'm pretty sure I can make that.
Okay. We've been doing our usual. We did Sunday for a while. We've done some Saturdays recently because schedules are a bitch sometimes. I try to keep it consistent as much as I can on the watch days. We do those on Discord. By the way,
Yeah.
but
Typically
shit
bad for
happens.
Saturdays
Yeah,
with
yeah.
not Saturdays, Sundays.
We actually have a lot of movies before X-Men Last Stand. So we have Hulk, Spider-Man 2, Blade Trinity, Elektra, Fantastic Four, and then Last Stand. But we have a couple bad ones grouped together. We have a couple because right
Oh,
after
no.
Last Stand we have Spider-Man 3, and then Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yeah, we got some bad ones.
You guys, all right, I'm going to say this
together.
ahead of time for when we get to Spider-Man 3. You guys are going to have to say, like, look, actually acknowledge your eyes, because I'm going to be biased to Spider-Man 3.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I definitely will have to temper you a bit. I'll have to like point to some of the scenes and be
There's
like,
gonna be
look, I know
Hey,
that
look,
was
we all
funny.
have our we have all of our biases. I mean, I'm gonna be biased with literally everything Loki, so it don't matter.
All right, so we'll make sure
I
that
have
we talk about
I
that
feel
for
I have a feeling Quixby
Avengers.
will actually like Dark World, and we're gonna have to tell her no.
Quixby,
Like,
have
no,
some
it's
taste,
shit. It's
please.
dog shit, and you know it. The movie's dog shit. And also my little secret is that I don't particularly like the Loki TV series. That's just me. It's not bad.
That's gonna be me and you fighting
I've,
at that point, though.
it's not
I've
bad.
only
I
seen
just think it
season 1.
yeah.
Gone.
It's not bad. I just think it did a great evil on the MCU as a whole. And honestly, especially here's the thing, Luck. By that point, we will have read Magnus Chase. I will force you to read the Prosetta. I think you'll start to see it my way at least a little.
Probably, heck, we've had a discussion about Loki in general of terms of mythology.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I could definitely tell that's going to be quite the conversation once we get to it.
But of course, I'll have to temper myself to some extent because while I think Loki is worth talking about in the context of mythology, that's not criticizing him whether it's accurate to the myth or not is kind of stupid.
Yeah,
right? Like,
I
it's
agree
about as
with that.
stupid as like criticizing like the Disney Hercules movie for being accurate to the source material. Like, who gives a shit after a certain point? These are popcorn movies. Don't think about it that hard.
yeah. As for me, all I was going to say is I've only seen season 1 of Loki. It's like, yeah, okay, I'd like that fine enough. That's about the strongest opinion I have.
Those movies are good movie. Those sorry, that series has good moments, and it's, in all fairness, maybe definitely one of the better Disney Plus shows that we've gotten. But
Yeah,
I
like
think
some
there's
of
a
the
lot wrong with them.
yeah, like the other Disney Plus show that I've technically seen, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't paid attention, so I'm not even gonna pretend like I have a judgment on it. This is for the WandaVision show.
Like the MCU show, like the MCU in general, I think while they're fine products on their own, and I use that word purposefully, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, if you have even like a little bit more taste in cinema or TV, they leave you wanting a bit. Like, the best compliment I can give to a lot of MCU movies is that they're as good as actual real movies.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Which is also why my intention is to occasionally intercut some of these with homework involving
Movies.
other films, other non-comic book films, or in certain cases a bit of literature here and there where I can justify it.
Wasn't the homework for Morbius Sinners or something?
Yeah, we're gonna watch Sinners for that. If not,
Is it an
we're watching
actual
Sinners at some
movie?
point. I don't care when. I don't care if it's for Black Panther because of the director connection, or if it's for Morbius or for whatever.
Morbius because of vampires.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't care. At some point, we're gonna watch it. Yeah, that's. But we didn't actually have homework for this one. I might show you guys the Nightcrawler Lindsay Ellis video though for fun, just afterwards. But yeah, I don't have any homework in mind for a few of these here because right, like, I think if anything, the Hulk movie we're gonna watch is the homework for, like, right, like this is the origin. In the same way that the Captain America movie that I had you watch was the homework for, the MCU Captain America. Fantastic Four unreleased one, it was the homework for other Fantastic Four movies, right? Like,
Kinda, yeah.
we're working our way forwards, which means that some of these you've already done the homework for it. That was a previous episode.
Yeah, that was a part of things, yeah.
Yeah. But when I can, I'll get you guys to watch and read some things. If anything, I might just have. Well, we'll see with Last Stand. If I can, if I can confirm that the animated X-Men show adapts the Dark Phoenix saga, and that it's actually halfway decent, that would not be a bad bit of homework for Last Stand. But we'll see if I can worm my way into forcing you guys to read House of X at any point. I'll do so, but we'll have more X-Men movies, so we don't have to immediately.
Gotcha. But whatever comes shall come. We will burn that metaphor when we get to it.
Yeah. But for now, just Hulk, no homework attached to it. We'll have aside from, wasn't there like a kind of low budget Hulk TV show that happened? Let me see.
Wasn't it like in like the
1977?
80s or something? Oh, okay.
1977.
Let's see.
I may make you watch an episode of this. I think that would be very funny. It's free. It's on Tubi. It's free to watch. No excuse. Just one episode. Just the pilot episode would be a very funny bit of homework for it. Each episode's about an hour long, so considering Tubi is an ad service, maybe reserve a good hour and a half time to watch it.
Oh, okay. That's definitely doable.
Yeah. Watch it before the movie. I'll say. This is one of those, maybe watch it beforehand. Okay, that's the homework. We'll see you next week. Well, I'll see Quixby next week, but, of course, Luck, you're still locked in. Luck, I'll actually see you Wednesday for our Kingdom Hearts stream. We're back to those.
Yeah. Woo.
We talked about Devil May Cry Season 2. I think all of us here like the cartoon, actually. Like the Netflix cartoon, just all right.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I liked it. I don't know why people are so hard on it.
Yeah, some certain group of especially game fans are very harsh on it. Where I think the general actual consensus behind this was better than season 1 in some ways, worse in some others. Messy, but with a generally good, solid emotional core that makes it worth the watch.
Yeah.
Please don't listen to little rats in your ear trying to convince you that the show is bad and everyone hates it. Actually, it just
things are so much. Gone.
Things are so nice when a little rat isn't whispering in your ear. But even just looking at the actual review scores of this, it shows a pretty different story than what TikTok would have you believe.
Yeah, I think things in general are just better for you to experience without getting a pre-biased notion from other people.
I agree. Always try it, despite what you hear.
I mean, there are more annoying fan bases than DMC. One day
I'll have
one day. I mean, Star Wars, yes.
Yeah.
But also, I was going to mention, one day I'm going to have to make a He-Man video. I've made peace with this.
Oh goodness.
And the He-Man fandom makes me want to do what Jason's mom did to herself.
Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, in any fandom, someone will be complaining about something. Is kind of the point.
They have a really bad habit of review bombing every new thing that comes out of their fandom.
That's terrible.
Reason. Like just review bomb every new adaptation.
That's literally terrible.
Yeah, they're going to kill their own fandom. I'm gonna be honest.
I think they're already in the process of it, Loki. Right? Like compare them to like the Transformers fandom, which started from ostensibly the same era, where they tend to be much more open to new adaptations, no matter how weird they get with it. Right? Because you get interesting, unique shows that way. I think they have that open-mindedness to them, and they don't particularly care if the new thing is like the lore for Transformers is all over the fucking place. Always has been. But He-Man, they're very particular about it. Anytime anything new comes out where it's a little different, they despise it. And they also, specifically their criticisms of the new movie, I think have been very funny. Quixby, are you aware of a certain kerfuffle that happened over like, so He-Man, Adam, right, had a placard because he was working an office job. Because it's one of those movies where like he goes to the modern world for a bit and all that.
Okay.
Working an office job. On that placard, it said Adam, and then it put his pronouns, he, him. And people were like, oh, you gave He-Man pronouns? You gave he-man pronouns How could you?
I
How
can't
dare
believe
you?
it.
He-Man's
He
him? What the
man.
fuck?
I mean, I don't know much about He-Man, but like
He's a man.
Quick,
that's
are
what I
you?
was gonna ask.
Quicksbury, you
But I
understand?
was gonna. I mean, but my question is, wasn't he always pretty hardcore a guy?
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Like,
literally
yeah.
the issue was just that they put pronouns on his name card there, even though his literal name already has a
Is
pronoun
He-Man.
in it.
Yeah.
They're just stupid. They're just
Pronouns
stupid, is
aren't
what I'm saying.
real.
They're just fucking stupid.
Like, I mean, I feel like, are they having issue with the fact that he be like a character? Like, are they saying he'd be a character that would not be for the whole pronouns thing at all? Is
No,
that the
I'm pretty
argument?
from what I've heard trickle down to me is they disagree with the usage of pronoun tags because they view that as unnecessary. Because the
Yeah.
argument is if I see someone and they look femme, that is automatically going to be she, and we don't need to display it. Same goes with Matt.
Though again, it's very fun. It's very funny the complete utter lack of even not media literacy, any kind of fucking literacy, not even to recognize that he already has a pronoun in his name. He always has. So like they don't even recognize that was like a clever like a joke, like a little clever joke, right? Adam, he, him. Like that's
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
joke. It's a because he's called He-Man. You put the pronouns in the like there's it's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say on it that's not gonna just be flat out common sense. So, I mean, what am I supposed to say?
Nothing. It's fine. It was
Yeah.
just very goofy and
That's diabolical though.
yeah, and I found that the He-Man fandom is in particular very much just like this, and I dead ass think that like listen, if it weren't for the She-Ra show that all you guys fucking hate for some reason, your fandom would be dead by now. It would be in the fucking ground.
Yeah,
I like She-Ra.
honestly,
It'd be in the ground.
oftentimes
I love She-Ra. I love She-Ra, but they hate it. They hate that shit because they say it's woke gay garbage. And I'm like, if it wasn't for that show, your fandom would be in the ground 6 feet under.
I'm gonna be honest, I
Yeah.
think sometimes you just need to give a dead fandom to the girlies to give it some life.
Literally, yeah.
Like they do so much work for fandom culture.
Literally, yeah. But yeah, one day I'll have to do a He-Man video and I'll fucking hate it, and you know, it'll be the bane of my existence, and it'll probably get like 100K views, and I'll hate every minute of fucking doing it, and then I'll cash the check and I'll be happy. I have no guarantee that it's gonna happen, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, He-Man video happening eventually. I don't know. I feel like I've given up doing deep fandom analysis videos or like detailed let's discuss every single adaptation of this thing ever videos that aren't me being intentionally very biased or focusing on one adaptation in particular, right? Because I hate lengthy research periods for my videos. I despise doing it.
And yet you do it so frequently.
And then I do it so frequently, but I've tried to have some self-control, right? So like Astro Boy one, I stuck to mostly just reading the manga and was like, listen, I'm just gonna go based off of research for all the other stuff. I'm not gonna watch all the other shows, save for the 2003 one, which I just like. Right? Like I'm you know not it's not gonna be deep analysis of every single adaptation. That's unnecessary, and I'm drawing the line with the He-Man one as well. I'm not gonna do a deep analysis of every single show. I'm gonna watch a few episodes of each, and then maybe focus in on like the one that I actually like a little more, you know, and use that as the jumping off point or whatever.
Yeah.
Genuinely why the Voltron video. I think that's like what I'm gonna more or less do with the Voltron video whenever that fucking happens. Drive by, discuss all the others, and then really dig into the Netflix one. I have the Go Live video. I'm gonna private that soon, probably. But yeah.
Really? Not even leave it for posterity's sake?
I don't like it. I think it's real bad. I developed my style literally the video right after, and I prefer to just keep it like that. I'll keep it private, but like I'm not. I'll even make an announcement, be like, you guys have like a week to watch this before it goes away.
Well, you know what that means, guys. Download it. Download it and repost it everywhere.
Download it. I don't give a
But make
shit.
sure you give her like $20 for every time you download it, though.
I don't give a shit if you download it. I'll give you warning. I'll give you plenty warning so you can do that specifically. But like I don't, I don't say anything in it that I think is like that's like gonna get me canceled in a few years. Like they're all perfectly mild takes. I think that's the problem. It's a boring video. Download if you wish. But like it's going away. Like it's not gonna be up on the channel by the end of this year. It's getting privated at least, so I'm not just deleting it, but it's getting privated. I might do like one last watch through on Twitch for posterity's sake. We'll see. Depending on how things work out, how the videos for this year work out, I might even line it up with Streamtober this year.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. Because I was kind of feeling like I wanted to do the video game video next. Anyway, I'm talking about other shit too much. Let's finish off. Let's let everyone go.
Well then, I shall give the outro. Well, at least mine. Lurkers, chatters, here for a little, here for a while. I thank you all the same. This is Luck, powering off. Remember, everyone, lucky days.
And 3, 2, 1.
Good
night.
night.